Calgary is a thriving city that offers a distinctive blend of natural beauty, cultural diversity, and urban sophistication. It is located in the foothills of the majestic Rocky Mountains. Calgary is a city that encourages exploration due to its expansive parks, dynamic neighborhoods, and bustling downtown. It's a city with everything, whether you seek outdoor adventure, cultural pleasures, or simply a taste of the good life. Here are the 20 most popular locations in Calgary. Number 20. Banff National Park. Without a visit to Banff National Park, a journey to Calgary is incomplete. Even if you landed in Toronto, hundreds of miles away, it would be worth every penny to visit this area of the globe. But you only have to drive an hour and a half. Banff is the gateway to the Rockies, a 6,641 square kilometer expanse of totally beautiful and harsh environment. Banff National Park is the first national park in Canada and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. As you might expect, this is a veritable paradise for outdoor aficionados. The greatest playground in Canada is populated by mountain climbers, cyclists, bikers, backcountry skiers, and kayak enthusiasts, among others. Number 19. The Military Museum. During the First and Second World Wars, Canadians achieved one of the decisive wins. This military museum, similar to others in Canada, pulls together the tale of their valor through the worst period of modern history. Visitors are given insight into trench life, the ramifications of flying a bomber, and how the various branches of the military work together to achieve peace. Number 18. Calgary Zoo. Calgary Zoo is one of the city's most popular family attractions, as well as Canada's largest and most visited zoological park, located on a 120-acre site on St. George's Island in the Bow River. The zoo dates back to 1917. In addition to floral gardens, the zoo is home to over 1,000 animals, representing over 272 species, including numerous specimens of rare and endangered species. Due to the advent of newborn animals, spring is usually a pleasant time to visit. Number 17. Prince's Island Park. The expansive 50-acre Prince's Island Park is located north of downtown Calgary. On an island in the Bow River, the park is close to the Eau Claire Market, and many people visit both of these popular attractions simultaneously. The park, which is connected to the mainland by 3 pedestrian bridges, features walking and biking areas, as well as summertime outdoor concerts and plays. On the island, there is a highly regarded restaurant. Number 16. Glen Bow Museum. Originally a gift from millionaire Eric Lafferty Harvey, the vast Glen Bow Museum is the cultural center of Calgary, with over 1 million artifacts on exhibit. Permanent collections contain rare cultural artifacts, pictures, historical records, and works of arts of many types, many of which contributed to the development of Calgary into the city it is today. Number 15. Canada's Sport Hall of Fame. Canadians are extreme sports enthusiasts. From baseball, football, and track and field to our favorite sport, hockey. This 40,000 square foot museum, conveniently located in the Wynn Sports Canada Olympic Park, will appeal to any sports enthusiast. You can try your hand at shadow boxing against boxing legend Lennox Lewis and view the Olympic Winter Games torch from 1988. More than 600 Canadians have been inducted, many of whom you certainly recognize but were unaware were Canadian. Number 14. Callaway Park. Due to Calgary's extremely young population, it also attracts young families, resulting in an abundance of family-friendly activities. Callaway is Western Canada's largest outdoor amusement park and is consistently ranked as one of Calgary's top attractions. This amusement park features 32 rides, 23 carnival games, a 3D theater, and numerous food cellars, as well as breathtaking views of the Rocky Mountains. Number 13. Stephen Avenue. Stephen Avenue is the original entertainment and business district of Calgary. In addition to a few more later additions, it has about 30 structures constructed between 1886 and the 1930s, when a fire damaged downtown in 1886. The architectural style, Edwardian and Beaux Art and Beaux Arts, were retained and restored, and the building names are a who's who of Calgary's past. With these buildings as a backdrop and the daytime closure of the avenues between 1st Street Southeast and 3rd Street Southwest, this is prime patio territory. On a warm day, the patios on Stephen Avenue are crowded due to the combination of hotel guests and employees who take lengthy, leisurely meals before leaving early for happy hour. Number 12. Devonian Gardens. Devonian Gardens, an urban paradise in the center of Calgary, is the most popular destination in Alberta. The enormous indoor botanical garden, located on the 4th floor of the Core Shopping Centre, is a visual treat. You can take a break from shopping to observe the beauty of flowers and plants if you become weary of it. The entire 1-hectare site was constructed with the aid of $37 million. Find 100 species of trees and plants in addition to fish ponds and fountains. Number 11. The Calgary Stampede. Most people associate rodeos with the South, perhaps the rolling hills of Montana or Wyoming, or even better, the world capital of 10-gallon hats, Texas. However, the greatest outdoor show on earth takes place right here in Calgary. This century-old spectacle clashes with 21st century modernity to provide one of the most fascinating presentations of Wild West heritage. There are also chuck wagon races, cattle auctions, midway rides and games, a wonderful selection of Southern-inspired and non-Southern cuisine, and, of course, many cowboys. The Calgary Stampede occurs every July, and it is highly recommended that you arrange your trip around this time. Number 10. Canada Olympic Park. The strange-looking towers of Winsport, which house the Calgary Olympic Park, rise in the foothills of the mountains to the west of the city. This was the principal location for the 15th Olympic Winter Games in 1988. The hill is still available for skiing and snowboarding, as well as bobsledding, zip-lining, tobogganing, snow tubing, and mountain biking down the slopes and hills. Indoor ice skating is also offered, with professional contests, casual sessions, and programming for both tourists and residents. Number 9. Studio Bell, home of the National Music Centre. Studio Bell, home of the National Music Centre, launched its new state-of-the-art facility in 2016 in Calgary's East Village neighborhood. The enormous building, whose origins can be traced back to 1987, holds several music-related attractions, including the Canadian Music Hall of Fame, the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame, and the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame collection. There are both guided tours and a fun backstage pass tour that includes the opportunity to play some of the instruments you will see. Number 8. The Hangar Flight Museum. Are aircraft and airplanes interesting to you? If so, you should visit the Hangar Flight Museum in Calgary to discover the history of the aviation industry. This one-of-a-kind museum in Calgary promotes the comprehension and development of airplanes. There are commercial and military helicopters and aircraft that were involved in historical events. The museum is also an ideal location for interesting and instructive events. If you are a fan of aviation, you must visit this location. Number 7. Heritage Park. Heritage Park in Calgary is a typical pioneer hamlet with dozens of rebuilt historical houses and interpreters in period costumes from 4 distinct time periods. In addition to displays and structures ranging from a fur-trading fort from 1860 to a town center from the 1930s, a highlight of a visit is riding the park's ancient steam engine. Number 6. Dinosaur Provincial Park. In the unique Badlands of this UNESCO World Heritage Site, located about 2.5 hours outside of Calgary near Brooks, you will uncover fossils. Here, archaeologists have uncovered over 300 Cretaceous fossils, making it the largest source of such fossils in the world. Hike, camp, or tour an active dig site to absorb everything. Number 5. Fort Calgary. Fort Calgary, the first Northwest Mounted Police outpost, was established in 1875 near the junction of the Elbow and Bow Rivers. The original fort's foundations are still visible, and the Fort Calgary Museum interprets the city's history. On the opposite side of the bridge is Diane House, which was constructed in 1906 for the Fort Commandment. It is a major Calgary attraction that serves to draw a large number of visitors. Number 4. Kensington Village. Kensington Village is one of the most lovely spots to visit in Calgary, providing an urban village atmosphere. There are more than 250 shopping, dining, and other establishments available. It is one of the coolest community sites in Calgary, where you may spend a full day, overnight, or even a weekend. Local roadways that are accommodating to pedestrians are ideal for bicycling and strolling. Visit the village's beautiful cafes for a bite to eat and its shops for souvenirs for friends and family. Visit the Container Pub, the only bar with an outdoor patio where cocktails can be enjoyed. Number 3. Rocky Mountaineer. Slow down and travel in style from Vancouver, British Columbia to Calgary on the Rocky Mountaineer, which has white linen and china. This opulent rail line follows the historic path of the Canadian Pacific Railway. It is difficult to surpass the views of iconic Lake Louise, Kicking Horse Pass, and towering glaciers from a cushioned seat in a domed bus, while eating a gourmet meal and a drink of Canadian wine. Calgary is the typical starting point for skiing, trekking, national park touring, and Canadian Rockies road trips. But this high-octane western metropolis offers enough attractions to support a trip on its own. Number 2. Nose Hill Park. High Plains aspen-flanked Nose Hill Park, located northwest of the city and one of the largest urban parks in North America, offers breathtaking views of the city center. Hike or ride the 11 square kilometers of broad pathways and have a picnic with a view. Look for 2 stone circles, the remains of teepee rings, and significant archaeological sites. It is the location with the most stunning scenery, making it the most popular tourist attraction in Calgary. Number 1. Calgary Tower. If you did not already know, Calgary Tower is one of the most recognizable structures in the ultra-modern metropolis of Alberta. It is a tall observation tower that stands at a height of 190.8 meters and provides breathtaking views of the city. It was originally referred to as the Husky Tower, since it was a joint venture between Husky Oil and Marathon Reality Company Limited. The tower was constructed in 1967 to commemorate Canada's centennial. Calgary Observation Tower is therefore one of the greatest sites to visit in Calgary if you are in Canada. Calgary is an excellent place to live if you enjoy outdoor activities. You will never run out of beautiful locations to explore, whether in the summer for hiking, mountain biking, and fishing, or in the winter for skiing, snowmobiling, and ice skating.